Uh, okay. Today is October 6th, 2016, and I am reporting from the other side of the tablet. So, bear with me. I don't know how I look, but that's okay. I always look kind of crazy anyway and goofy. So, uh, yeah. But I wanted to talk about choices. Uh, in life, we all have choices to do anything we want. God gives us free will, and part of free will is the ability to choose. And I never really understood that. Um, I'm just understanding that now. And I used to ask God a lot of times, why? Why do you give us free will when you know what's best for us? I'd rather not even think and just let you think for me. And I asked why. God, show me why. And think, I really think that He is showing me now because I'm a very indecisive person. It takes me forever to pick out which kind of clothes I'm going to wear, or stuff like that. I'm always doing what I'm told. Out of all of the children that are around me, like my cousins and, relatives and stuff like that, I probably am the most, um, as a child, most obedient because I didn't want to, offend anyone and I just wanted to do what's right. So I really didn't think. I just listened to what everyone else told me and I didn't think about that as an adult. I just kept doing it instead of making my own way and making my own choices. And sometimes you get afraid, and I know that now. Like I was afraid of that. I still am afraid sometimes of making the wrong decisions. But and that's part of free will. God is letting you know that you're not perfect, but through Him you are perfect. Through Him, only through Him. So if you don't make bad decisions or fail, then Why would God need to save you? If you always have this protection, which I always had God. I already knew I had God all my life. And it's like a child, like. He's protecting you at every cost, and it's like you can just float on by. You don't really learn all the lessons. You're just safe. But it's time to stop being a baby. So and he has stuff planned for me. I know that because if that wasn't the case, he would have let me die a long time ago, especially with this accident. You know. But he didn't. So yeah, I understand that there are choices to be made, and be careful with the choice, but don't feel like it's the end. It's never the end until God says it is, and you are safe in Him if you choose Him regardless. So yeah, that's what I'm learning about choices. So yeah. And also, I am choosing not to wear a wig this time, and I have been just free. I did have a car accident where my head had to get shaved off, and I have 5 linear fractures in the back of my head, and an open wound, just open, where the white meat, and you can see the bone and all that in the front of my head. And my head, the front part healed, and you don't even see the scar too much, unless you look really close. But in my head, the back of my head healed, as you can see, because some of my hair grew back. But I lost my hair was like down a little bit past here, and it took me a while to do that because I just had to start to get comfortable with having, being okay with having longer hair, because people talk about you if you have longer hair, and I remember that even as a kid. That's why I never wanted to have long hair, and when it gets a certain length, I want to cut it. So. Yeah, just learning to love myself and saying it's okay to have long hair, even though people don't want you to, or say it's not normal, or looking a certain way, or speaking a certain way, or dialect, or, stuff like that. And it's okay to choose to be okay. I never thought I had a choice, so I just settled for what people would tell me. And some of those people had good intentions, but most of them didn't. And not choosing for myself, thinking about it and understanding that I had a choice made me take anything that was available. And I did that, even though I didn't do that all the way with my professional life. I did do that a little bit because I didn't go as far as I know that I could. But I did that in my life, financially, relationship wise too. Because it's like, well, you're doing better than everyone else, even though I know deep down in my heart, there's more to be given, Um, and that's where the problem comes, So, and I didn't know I had the choice to, I thought, since they were saying that, and everyone comes short, that's okay, but that's not true, you have choices, and everyone has gifts and talents at different levels. What you might be good at, someone sucks at. What you suck at, somebody might be good, and that's why we have that. Everyone can't be good at everything or at the same things. Then why do you need to be with each other? You're here to strengthen each other and show, help each other show, God's light. Uh, and you're not the only light bearer. So, uh, yeah. So that's what I learned with that and with choices. And once I understood about the choices, I'm choosing to be a little better now. You know, I'm choosing to be better and to understand that I do have a choice and to make wise decisions with that. So, and I understand that the benefits of having a choice. So I thank you, God, because you didn't have to. Uh, but I still choose you. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why I feel like singing. Maybe because I haven't, I have this church and I haven't left, and even though I said I wasn't going to go back, I have to think about the big picture. What about God? What if I'm the only light, and I know it's other lights out there, but I can't stop. I can't stop. So, uh, even though you get frustrated, you can't stop because you know, if my grandmother would have stopped how she, and let the devil ride and say, I'm too old to, raise this child, then I would have been in a total different situation. But she listened to God. And my grandparents both did, and my family around me, even though some of them weren't that nice, sometimes it was still good. We had good times, but we had bad times too. But if they didn't listen to God, I know I wouldn't be there. And so I have to be grateful for that and be a witness to that. God just don't let you go through that just to sit on your behind. So, or just weep and wallow, and you know, He put so much into me, and I just want to give Him thanks and honor, and to show that to the world, so He can get the glory. Because I understand now nothing. I used to think, oh, maybe a little bit, and this. No, I understand nothing that I could do or ever imagine could compare, could do what God has done. God has moved for me, even when I didn't know it. I know He did, but even when I didn't know it, and I'm grateful for that. And it's like amazing. It's amazing. So, woo, I felt good. But I just feel like singing. So, uh, I guess I'll sing. So, here it goes. Lord, whatever you're doing in the season, don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. Lord, whatever you're doing in the season, don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. Lord, whatever you're doing in the season, don't get it without me. Don't do it without me. Lord, whatever you're doing in the season, don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. So, I know. I don't know. Uh, And I might have been off key, but that's okay. I still felt like singing, and thank you, God. And hopefully, something I said or done, or something you looked in, helps you on your journey. So, thank you.